Lori, welcome to the program.
Hi, Dr. Laura.
Hi.
I can't believe I called you, but I did. So I have an ongoing problem, and I'm probably just the problem. But I react to everything my husband says and does, and the truth is, if I was in a work situation and my boss did something that bothered me, I wouldn't react. I'd be able to control it. So I don't know why I can't.
Well, what's the difference between a boss and a coworker and a husband in terms of what they say? What would be the difference for most people?
Well, it's just everything my husband does annoys me.
Okay, Lori. Lori, please answer my question. Yeah, you have to answer my question to continue the call.
So can you repeat the question again?
Sure. What is the difference between hearing something from a boss, hearing something from a coworker, and hearing something from a spouse?
What's the difference? Well, the relationships are different.
How so?
My husband... Okay,
how so are the relationships? How so are the relationships different?
I guess I feel like I can get away with it with my husband, but that's not what you're asking. How are the relationships different?
I think in your case that's a really good answer. So what do you think is wrong with him that he tolerates it?
I thought about that. He must have very low self-esteem. His self-confidence, he doesn't have it, because why would anybody stay in a marriage being verbally abused, You wouldn't. And I don't want to be a person who verbally abuses. And, it's interesting. I just want to say one thing, because, I pray about it, God help me, God help me. But today, when I prayed about it, I thought, you know what? It's, I'm expecting God to snap his fingers and change me. The truth is, I need to change myself. And I don't know how to do it. They say to pause.
What do you think needs to change?
I need to pause. I need to, take a step back. But usually I don't. It's after the fact. Then I feel bad, and it's just an ongoing problem. And I just...
So when you were dating him, did it go this way also? But you were annoyed with him all the time?
Pretty much. No. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, yes, I do know. Okay. Well, we were dating, and we were older. We were both in our 40s, and then I got pregnant, and we got married. No, we didn't get married right away. We lived together, and we talked to someone who said, give it some time and then decide if you want to get married. Don't just get married because you're having a baby. And then down the road, we got married. But
so if there was no baby, is it likely you would not have married?
Well, if there was no baby, we would have gotten to know each other, better. It's just it happened very early in the relationship, so we missed that whole part of the relationship. We probably would have never gotten married, to be honest with you.
Right. And what would you have done in your life? Would you have become a pilot? What would you have done?
It's the way I spoke to him. It didn't sound like I liked him, I was just, boy, oh boy, I just don't like the person that I am, when I'm doing that. And
so what do you believe you missed out on with the pregnancy and the marriage? What did you miss out?
The getting to know you part, to make a decision if you want to really spend the rest of your life with someone.
Forget that part. What did you miss out on is a different question.
That's the only thing I could think that I missed out on, though.
So your life would have been just about the same, no matter who you would have married?
Oh, no, because I would have, the pregnancy...
We're going in a little bit of a circle there. I'm trying to determine what you imagine you might have done differently in your life without getting pregnant. And every time you answer with an attachment to him, even though you try to resist it with your whole life. So some part of you believes you were rooked into this and you missed out on something. I mean, when you say you want to get to know another person better before you make forward moves, you shacked up.
Yeah, I did.
So, yeah. So, when your daughter said, "Do you like Daddy?" because she sees you being mean, that didn't shock you into anything.
No, it didn't. But what really bothers me is that she grew up in a house where she didn't see people. Right. That.
Right.
I mean, if I want to beat up myself about anything, that would be the thing. And, and I have, and I've apologized, and she's accepted it, but I don't forgive myself.
The apology means nothing because you don't mean it. I
mean,
you act like you don't. No, you don't, and I'll explain how you don't. When we really mean an apology, we don't repeat the behavior. Because there's an admission of what we've caused, what we've created. So an apology without making a change is insincere.
I'm stuck there because I want to be sincere. I want to apologize.
Only by your, honey, there is nothing in the world keeping you from being pleasant to somebody who has taken your crap for decades.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You ought to be pretty grateful that you weren't dumped by the curb.
You're 100% right. So I'm just making excuses for myself, I guess, right? Is that what I'm doing?
Right. You don't want to admit that you need him and you care about him. And at this point, I don't know if you really can feel anything for him anymore. I think when we take this position, this pose that you've taken, that it somehow does erase sense of need and attachment. I don't know if you can be decent to him anymore.
I just want to be respectful to him. Respect him as a human being. I don't have to, I mean, at this stage in our life, we're not getting divorced.
There is absolutely nothing keeping you from being nicer. Nothing. Except not wanting to admit need and care.
So what should I do?
It seems to... I can't answer that in a 5-minute phone call, okay? But I'm trying to tell you that what's really standing in the way is not that you don't know how to be nice, because that's just silly.
Yeah, that's just silly. Because I can be nice to a lot of people that aggravate me. I can be nice to everybody.
Yes.
Right.
You don't want him to feel that you need him. You don't want to give him that. And you believe if you're nice to him, in you, that makes you way too vulnerable. So when you started out, you said it's you. It is.
It is me.
You don't want him to know you need him.
I guess I don't, but I that's not how I can't go by feelings because I don't know what I feel half the time. So I just want to be respectful, so I just need to shut up and let him be who he is. And be grateful.
What were your parents like? What were your parents? What were your parents like?
My mother was totally into herself and just totally and very beautiful, attractive, and she'd walk in the room and the world would stop, but she was never there for me. And then my father was disgusting. He would make comments about my body and stuff. He was it would fall under the category of sexual abuse.
Okay, can you stop for a moment now?
Yeah.
Can you stop
sure.
for a moment now?
Yes.
You needed your mom, you couldn't have that. You needed your dad, you couldn't have that. You don't want this guy to know you need him. That's exactly what I was trying to get across to you. You're still protecting yourself.
Well,
so you have spent your whole life not letting on that you need the warmth, the caring, the love, the touch, the hugs, the reassurance.
Yeah. I run from that. Yeah.
That's what's going on. Not that you're a bitch. You act like a bitch, but that's not the problem. The problem is, he's the third person you don't want to let get in.
What should I do?
You just did it. You talked to me.
Oh. Right, I'm talking to you, right? But I need to put one foot in front of the other, and I can put one foot in front of the other. I'm thinking I can't, but the truth is I can. Because
we're not talking about the same thing. You ran away from me just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got emotional. You only allowed it for a fraction of an instant about the need. Never had anybody caring about your needs.
You're right. None of my needs were met. Right.
And you refused to let him. And you refuse to let him do it. And the way you keep him from doing it is you behave like a bitch.
Yeah.
That's how you protect yourself from being vulnerable.